Beloved soul, pause. Breathe deeply. You are not seeing this message by accident, nor did your eyes fall upon these words by chance. Your spirit guided you here, pulled by a powerful celestial frequency. Heaven is speaking now, and the message resonates deep within the core of your existence. This is a moment of sacred urgency, for a crucial truth must be unveiled concerning the sanctity of your immediate environment. Do you feel it? The subtle, almost imperceptible shift in the atmosphere of your home? That sudden heaviness, the unexplained fatigue that settles upon you the moment you cross your own threshold? This is not mere tiredness, my dearest one. This is the weight of displaced energy, the residual signature of an interference that does not belong in your sanctuary. Your home, which was intended to be your spiritual refuge and charging station, has absorbed a vibration meant to subtly destabilize your peace. The divine has noticed the stagnancy collecting near the very corners of your joy. Listen closely, for Archangel Michael has drawn a sword of pure sapphire light not to strike but to illuminate. He is revealing a subtle, energetic fog that has been permitted entry, a vibration introduced by a hand you instinctively trust, yet one whose intentions are veiled in confusion. Michael is showing us that the air around your personal altar, the space where you seek solace and connection, is vibrating at a lower frequency than it should. This is the spiritual equivalent of dust on a mirror. It obscures the clear reflection of your blessings and clouds your ability to receive direct guidance. Understand this. Your spirit has been calling out, perhaps in silent prayers or through unsettling dreams. You have felt the need to cleanse your space, to purify the thresholds, and heaven responds to that sincere plea. We are confirming that the unsettling feeling, the prickle of intuition telling you something is off about the energy in your domestic sphere, is absolutely valid. It is a divine warning sign, a celestial flare indicating that a leakage has occurred, allowing unfavorable energy to seep into the foundations of your stability. Archangel Michael stands sentinel at your doorway now. He instructs you to look not just at what is physically visible, but to perceive the energetic echoes left behind by interactions. Think of who has recently shared your sacred space, or who holds you in their mind while standing physically near your boundaries. The danger is not physical threat, but energetic drain. Someone close to your physical presence, someone who knows the rhythm of your day, is unconsciously or consciously projecting a shadow onto your light. This shadow manifests as unexpected delays, small financial frustrations, or a sudden, unexplained wave of doubt regarding your most sacred plans. The purpose of this celestial transmission is not to instill fear, but to activate your divine discernment. Heaven requires you to elevate your awareness, to recognize that the energy surrounding you is a commodity, and not everyone who smiles at you respects its value. You are precious, and your energetic field is sacred territory. The time for passive acceptance is over. It is time to spiritually cleanse, to pray over every window and doorway, and to reclaim the sovereignty of your space, guided by the mighty protection of the archangels. Yes, beloved one, let us proceed, for the illumination must become brighter, and the specific nature of the blockage must be understood. The energy Michael showed us in Block 1, the stagnation that settled upon your home, is not random. It is the direct fallout from a deliberate yet often hidden projection coming from a nearby source. You are vibrating at a frequency of ascent, yet something or someone around you is tethered to a vibration of scarcity and resentment, creating a disruptive friction that blocks the immediate flow of your blessings. You may have noticed the symptoms in your life recently, moments where success was just within reach only to slip away without a logical reason. Perhaps a crucial communication was delayed, or a powerful surge of motivation suddenly vanished, leaving you drained and questioning your path. This is the work of the hidden shadow, not necessarily a grand, malevolent scheme, but the subtle, corrosive effect of unconscious spiritual warfare waged by someone close who cannot bear to witness your light. They may not even realize the depth of the negative energy they harbor, but the universe registers the intent, and your field absorbs the impact. Heaven wants you to understand the nature of this shadow. It thrives on borrowed light. It is a form of spiritual parasitic attachment, a cord subtly attached to your vibrant life force. When you are feeling most energized, most hopeful, and most spiritually aligned, this shadow presence instinctively draws upon that strength, leaving you depleted, fatigued, and spiritually opaque. This is why your prayers sometimes feel heavy, why meditation seems difficult, and why the clarity you seek remains just beyond your grasp. The shadow knows your rhythms and seeks to interrupt the divine harmony you are striving to create. Archangel Michael, the great defender, is now drawing a line in the ether, defining the boundary between your pure potential and this draining entity. He shows that the deception lies in the outward presentation of the individual associated with this shadow. They offer compliments laced with envy. They provide comfort rooted in hidden judgment. They ask questions not out of genuine care but to catalog your vulnerabilities. This mixture of superficial kindness and deep submerged resentment creates a veil of deceit, making it extraordinarily difficult for your natural discernment to activate. The key to overcoming this, dearest one, lies in reclaiming your energetic sovereignty through radical self-protection. You must stop unconsciously feeding this source. Every time you question your worth because of a fleeting negative thought, every time you minimize your success to make someone else feel comfortable, you inadvertently drop your energetic shield. The divine calls you to hold your light fiercely and unapologetically. Prayer is not just asking for help. It is the active declaration of your divine authority over your own field. Use your voice, use the light you carry, and command this shadow energy to retreat from your aura. Know this truth. The greatest threat to your destiny is not external disaster, but internal doubt, fueled by external interference. This shadow attempts to mimic your fears, turning the volume up on your anxieties until you mistake them for your own voice. But we, the celestial guides, hear the true song of your soul, and it is a symphony of victory. Do not let the quiet jealousy of another person define the volume of your own triumphant life. The time for the shadow to hide is ending, and the cleansing light of truth is now fully focused upon your sphere. Yes, let us now move to the specific location and identity of this energetic disturbance, beloved. The divine illumination is tightening its focus, moving from the general concept of a hidden shadow to the tangible reality of the silent neighbor. This is a designation for an individual who is physically proximate to your daily life, someone whose presence is often unavoidable, yet whose inner landscape is starkly contrasted against the peaceful exterior they present. Archangel Michael signals that the source of the persistent energetic drain is someone situated within your immediate physical orbit. They are not a distant threat. They are part of the scenery. Think of those you interact with routinely. Perhaps a true neighbor, a colleague stationed nearby, or someone whose path consistently intersects with yours during mundane, daily rituals. The crucial feature of this individual is their uncanny proximity to the vibration of your deepest intentions and material blessings. This silent neighbor operates through stealth and observation. Their outward demeanor is often marked by excessive politeness, a detached helpfulness, or a constant subtle seeking of information about your well-being and progress. They are masters of the veiled intent. When they inquire about your job, your health, or your relationships, they are not sending blessings. They are energetically probing your defenses. Their smile is a well-crafted mask, designed to put your guard down, while their inner spirit harbors a deep-seated, painful resentment that translates directly into static energy projected onto your living space. Heaven reveals that the most dangerous weapon of the silent neighbor is the whispered curse, the unconscious or conscious negative intention released in silence. They witness your small victories, and instead of celebrating, they internally catalog reasons why you might not sustain that success. Their energy is a slow poison, dripping doubt into the energetic wellspring of your manifestation. When you walk past their sphere, you feel that momentary chill, that sudden drop in morale. That is the residue of their projection clinging to your aura. Michael is placing a fiery cross of protection, specifically around the energetic boundaries of your dwelling place in relation to this source. This requires your active participation. You must acknowledge that not every hand extended is offered in true friendship, and not every pleasant greeting holds sincere goodwill. Discernment means protecting the details of your life, the sacred hopes and upcoming projects, from the scrutiny of the silent neighbor. What they do not know, they cannot target. Your silence about your future is your most powerful defense. The guidance is clear. Do not engage in conflict. Engage in purification. You must begin a ritual of energetic demarcation. Archangel Michael advises you to use the power of prayer and cleansing instruments, such as white sage, cedar, or simple blessed salt, specifically at the points where your physical space meets the space of this individual. This is not about revenge. It is about establishing a clear, impenetrable barrier that reflects the purity of your intent back towards its source. The darkness cannot linger where true light is commanded to shine. Your soul deserves to thrive, unburdened by the resentful gaze of those who wish to dim your path simply because they forgot how to ignite their own. Trust the guidance of the celestial realm. Heaven is revealing this hidden dynamic so you can finally move forward with speed, unencumbered by the persistent drag of the silent neighbor's energetic anchor. The truth is revealed. Now, the freedom begins. Beloved soul, you opened your heart to the previous words and the light immediately strengthened around your aura. The universe now requires your absolute attention for this next vision. It pertains to a precious, vulnerable future, a future connected deeply to your own bloodline, or perhaps to the most beloved, innocent soul you protect. This is not a message of physical peril, but a sacred warning regarding the integrity of a developing spirit. Look now, not through your eyes, but through the eye of the soul. Can you see the pathway laid out before this little one? It should be bright, paved with joy, and guarded by benevolent forces. Yet the sands shift and I perceive a shadow attempting to lay roots along the perimeter of their destined timeline. This child, or the younger soul you cherish, carries a sensitivity far greater than you realize. They are absorbing the emotional static of the world around them, acting as a profound spiritual sponge. While this is a gift, it makes them susceptible to energetic contamination that does not belong to them. They are picking up anxiety, fear, or a sense of hopelessness that originates not from their own wellspring, but from an unconscious transmission nearby. Archangel Michael has already placed a temporal shield around their nightly rest, but he asks you to reinforce it with conscious intent. You must become the dedicated guardian of their emotional sky. Where does this shadow originate? It is often tied to an unspoken anxiety in the environment, perhaps a hidden sorrow carried by an adult who spends significant time near them. The energy itself is cloaked in seemingly innocuous interaction, a rushed word, an unaddressed stress, a hidden resentment that flows out of the speaker like subtle, dark water. This energy is designed to stifle their natural brilliance, to teach them, prematurely, that the world is a place of perpetual struggle rather than abundant wonder. You must immediately begin the practice of spiritual cleansing within your home, paying special attention to their sleeping area and the spaces where they play. Light a white candle in their name tonight. Place pure salt beneath their bed, a symbol of energetic filtration and purification. This is your sacred mission, to identify and neutralize the source of the dampness that threatens their inner flame. You do not need to confront the physical source, but you must pray for that person's healing, asking Archangel Michael to sever the cords of unconscious transmission between that soul and your beloved innocent. Every fear they feel, every night terror, every moment of sudden, inexplicable sadness is a symptom of this energetic bleed. Tonight, before you sleep, speak directly to their higher self. Declare their future to be bright, protected, and entirely their own. Tell them, you are sealed in the light of God, and no fear shall reside within your precious heart. Whisper this promise until you feel the temperature in the room shift. Trust the subtle confirmation you receive. The universe is asking you to stand firm on their behalf, to be the unwavering sentinel of their spiritual health. The purity of their path depends on your awareness now. Do not hesitate. Breathe deeply, beloved heart. The intensity of the last message requires a moment of soft surrender. Now, we move into a space of profound comfort, a reminder that the veil between your world and the realm of eternal light is thinner than you believe. Someone is waiting for you here, their love acting as a lighthouse in your current emotional storm. There is a soul, long departed from the physical plane, a cherished guide who crossed over, who carries immense pride for the strength you have shown. You have wept for them. You have carried their memory like a beautiful, painful jewel, and they have seen every tear fall. Tonight they are using the celestial conduits to send you a message so specific you cannot ignore it. This message often arrives as a sensory memory, the scent of their favorite flower or meal appearing momentarily in an empty room, a faint melody that was distinctly theirs playing unexpectedly, or the flicker of a light when no electrical fault exists. You have dismissed these events as coincidence, but they are not. They are divine postcards proving that your connection is unbroken. They want you to know that the heavy burdens you are carrying, the guilt, the unresolved questions, the silent struggles you fear sharing, have been witnessed and understood perfectly. Their perspective from the light is one of absolute compassion, devoid of judgment. They see the purity of your intent even when your actions falter. Their greatest desire is for you to finally release the need for their approval and embrace the fullness of your own life, unburdened by past expectations. They are standing near you most often during your moments of highest vulnerability, when you are preparing for sleep, or when you are lost in thought during a mundane task. Look for the white light they wrap around you. It is a protective cloak. Recently, they attempted to communicate a specific reassurance about a financial worry or a family disagreement that has weighed heavily on you. They are signaling that the resolution is much closer than it appears, and that you must trust the unfolding divine timing. You might feel a sudden warmth on the back of your neck or a gentle pressure on your shoulder when you are alone. Do not fear this touch. It is pure healing energy, the embodiment of their enduring affection. They are asking you specifically to pray not for their rest, but for their continued guidance in your life. Invite them in. Speak to them openly, as you always did. Tonight, before you close your eyes, dedicate a moment entirely to them. Light a candle, any candle, and simply say their name. Ask them for a specific sign to validate their presence. They promise to deliver it within the next 48 hours. This sign will arrive softly, confirming that they are not gone, but merely transformed into an essential part of your celestial support team. They are smiling upon you now, urging you to stand taller and walk in the confidence of their eternal love. The celestial current is intensifying, beloved. We must now turn our attention to the space that is most sacred to your rest and renewal, your bedroom. This room, where you shed the skin of the day and prepare your soul for the mysterious hours of the night, is currently the stage for a spiritual dynamic you may be sensing but cannot yet name. You are not alone in your room after the midnight hour. The thinness of the veil means that spiritual traffic increases when the world sleeps. If you have been experiencing relentless insomnia, waking abruptly between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., or having vivid, challenging dreams that leave you exhausted, this is your confirmation. Your soul is engaged in deep energetic work, and often silent vigilance. The archangels visit you, yes, pouring healing light into your weary mind. But lower vibrations are also drawn to powerful souls like yours, seeking to siphon energy or plant seeds of self-doubt. You must learn to distinguish between the divine visitation and the disruptive presence. How to know the difference? A heavenly presence leaves you feeling calm, even if the vision was intense. You awaken with clarity and a sense of hope. A disruptive presence leaves you feeling anxious, heavy, or utterly drained, often accompanied by cold spots in the room, or a persistent feeling of being watched, even when your eyes are closed. Tonight, pay close attention to the objects in your room. Is there an item, a piece of jewelry, a mirror, an antique, or even a gift from an acquaintance that holds a peculiar density or seems to draw the shadow? Sometimes these objects act as anchors for lingering, stagnant energy. If you intuitively feel resistance toward a certain item, cleanse it immediately or remove it from your sanctuary. Your bed is not just furniture, it is a spiritual altar where your spirit travels. Archangel Michael instructs you to create an impermeable perimeter of protection around it. Before sleep, visualize his electric blue light sealing every corner of the room. Place a small bowl of clean water under your bed to absorb any residual chaotic energy. If you wake suddenly in the deep night, do not rush to turn on the light or check your phone. Instead, remain still and engage your internal light. Call upon the Holy Trinity and Archangel Michael, commanding all unauthorized energy to step away from your sacred space. Repeat the affirmation: only light resides here. Only unconditional love is welcome. The prophetic dreams you have been having, the ones you wake up unable to fully recall, leaving only a residue of unease. These contain vital intelligence about the deception or betrayal that is operating near you in the daylight world. The universe is attempting to warn you in your sleep when your ego defenses are lowered. Listen to the emotional feeling of the dream, even if the images fade. That feeling is the truth you need to heed upon waking. The battle for your peace is often fought in the silent hours. Arm yourself with prayer and claim your sanctuary. Tonight, the peace you seek is waiting, but you must assert your divine authority over the energy that seeks to steal your rest. Beloved soul, breathe deeply now, for the celestial veil is thin, and the truth that has been cloaked in shadow is about to be named. You are not seeing these words by chance. This message is a sacred echo of the prayer your silent heart has been whispering into the ether. For weeks, perhaps months, you have felt a subtle, relentless weight upon your spirit. Your sleep has been disturbed by vague anxieties, and the moments of pure joy seem quickly followed by an inexplicable drain. You attributed it to stress, to the world's chaos. But the heavens confirm this. The disturbance is local. The source of this heavy, disruptive energy is not far from your gate, and tragically, it wears a familiar face. Archangel Michael, who stands eternally at the gateway of truth, shows me a person in your life. Someone you have trusted, someone whose table you have often shared. They occupy a position of closeness, perhaps family, perhaps a long-standing friend, or even a trusted confidant, but their light is counterfeit. You have offered them kindness, generosity, and genuine support. When you celebrated your triumphs, they were present, their smile seemingly sincere. But underneath that surface layer, woven into the fabric of their heart, is a deep, corroding jealousy that they cannot control and refuse to confess. This is the nature of the invisible betrayal. It is not a single grand act, but a constant, subtle outpouring of envious thought directed right at your soul's potential. When you thrive, they feel dim. When you receive a blessing, their spirit contracts. They do not wish you failure, but they desperately wish you would stop rising higher than they are. They are praying for your spiritual stagnation, even as they ask you, "How are you?" This energy, this hidden, malicious envy, is what has been clinging to the edges of your aura, slowing your progress, and making the air inside your house feel thick and unmoving. Their intentions are not pure. They are attempting to siphon the vitality from your rising star. Michael confirms that this individual's fear of being eclipsed by your genuine light is so great that they are unconsciously projecting negativity toward your future. They speak words of encouragement only to cover the bitter taste of resentment in their own mouth. This deception has become a heavy spiritual burden for you to carry. You have noticed the signs. The way certain good news was met with a hesitant pause, the slight tightening around their eyes when you announced an elevation, the curious misfortune that always seems to follow immediately after a conversation with them. These are not coincidences, beloved. These are the ripples of their hidden intentions manifesting in your life's flow. The divine knows the difficulty of this truth. To accept that someone you allowed into the sacred space of your heart harbors such corrosive feelings is painful. But pain is sometimes the prerequisite for purification. You must see the camouflage clearly before you can cut the ties that bind you to their low vibration. Archangel Michael lifts his sword, not to strike, but to illuminate. He shows me that you must choose between protecting your future and preserving a comfortable but poisoned relationship. The choice is agonizing, but the universe demands your safety above all else. Do not allow their cloaked envy to become the anchor that drags your ship down, just as you are reaching the shore of your greatest blessing. The time for blind trust has ended. The era of discernment has begun. The celestial clock is sounding, beloved. What you have received here is more than a warning. It is a spiritual lifeline extended in the 11th hour. The heavens have held this information until this precise moment because your elevation is imminent, and you cannot carry this poison, this deceptive energy, into the next phase of your destiny. This is not a message to inspire fear, but rather an urgent directive to activate your sovereign power. The grace period for ignoring the subtle signs is officially over. If you fail to acknowledge and act upon this deep truth revealed by Michael, the hidden intent of this envious soul will solidify into an active resistance that could delay or even entirely derail the blessing that is already moving toward your threshold. The universe requires immediate spiritual sanitation. First action: the prayer vigil of severance. Tonight, or as soon as you are able, you must enter into a focused prayer. Ask the Creator to sever all cords of false loyalty, all energetic attachments that are draining your light, and all agreements, spoken or unspoken, that bind you to this low frequency. You do not need confrontation, only clean spiritual closure. Call upon Archangel Michael to use his blue flame sword to cut away the hooks of envy that have been embedded in your energy field. See the connection dissolving, not with anger, but with divine finality. Second action: the sacred boundary. You must immediately reduce the access this individual has to the sacred space of your future plans. Guard your joy, guard your intentions, guard the details of the blessings that are about to manifest. Low vibration energy cannot sabotage what it does not know exists. This boundary is not punishment for them. It is essential protection for you. The energy in your house, the very atmosphere surrounding you, must be cleansed of this residue. The moment you decide to honor this truth, Michael steps forward to stand guard over your dwelling. But the decision, the sacred declaration of self-protection, must come from you. Hear this with the full weight of heaven's urgency. What is coming into your life is vast, rich, and profoundly life-altering. It is the answer to years of patience and perseverance. But divine energy cannot fully settle in a space polluted by unresolved jealousy and hidden malice. You must create the vacuum of safety for the blessing to rush in. Do not linger in sadness over the loss of what you thought this relationship was. Instead, celebrate the profound spiritual protection you are now receiving. The false must be purged so the authentic can flourish. Your alignment requires purity. Your future demands boundaries. You have been tested, and now you have been armed with knowledge. This message is the final key to unlocking the door to your abundant future. Turn the key, release the weight, step into the clear, luminous, and undefended light of who you are truly meant to be. The heavens hold your hand as you take this necessary step. Be brave, beloved. You are already victorious. The spiritual battle is often fought in the silence of hidden intentions. Archangel Michael has delivered this urgent revelation to ensure that your path forward is clear, protected, and free from the invisible burden of envy. Do not delay action. Do not doubt the energy you have felt. The time for claiming your spiritual sovereignty is now. To seal this truth, activate your divine protection and command the immediate cleansing of all hidden negative energies in your life and your dwelling. You must declare your intention. Claim your truth and seal your protection. 1. Comment the phrase, "I free my house and claim my truth." Immediately below, this action is a sacred declaration to the universe and secures Michael's protection over your new boundaries. 2. Share this message. If you know someone who has been feeling mysteriously drained, or who seems unable to move forward despite their efforts, share this warning with them. They might still be asleep to the energy near them. 3. Affirm. Believe in the power of the change you are enacting today. Your blessing awaits immediately on the other side of this necessary severance.